I spent a semester studying in Finland. Thanks to my Paris City University, I was able to spend 4 months from August to December 2023 in Valkeakoski, Finland. The Valkeakoski region, which is the Pirkanmaa area, has been inhabited since the Iron Age. However, with industrialization towards the end of the 19th century, the importance of the present-day town of Valkeakoski increased.
Inky, pinky, ponky.
And this is Maya.
And this?
This is Lisa.
Maybe don't jump.
And this is Dunya.
My
Yeah.
name is Dunia. I'm in Spanish.
Is it cute or do you think it's a bit too messy?
We look like we're homeless people.
Oh, okay.
What? But I still win, you know, that's the thing. I mean, I was not the last person. I was not.
Keep going, honey.
Yourself?
Emilia. Je veux te quitter la morta, mon ami.
Hi, my name's Dominic and I'm alcoholic. Sorry, electrical engineer.
Hello. Martina hier. Je voulais un croissant.
And yet, the municipality has just around 20,000 inhabitants and covers an area of 372 square kilometers, of which 100 square kilometers is water. In fact, Valkeakoski is mostly filled with forest and lake, which is really peaceful and lovely. Everything is easily accessible on foot or by bike, but you can also use public transportation. There's not as much as in big cities, but it's enough, about 1 every hour. Valkeakoski is a small town, but it's 35 kilometers south of Tampere, 45 kilometers north of Hämeenlinna, and 150 kilometers north of Helsinki. And you can get there easily by bus, and the prices are reasonable. But Finland is still a rather expensive country, and of course, it also suffers from inflation. Food prices may surprise you, but fortunately, Valkeakoski is a more affordable city than most. So if you come from France, the difference is not that obvious. Now let's get down to the brass tacks. The climate in Finland. What a subject.
It doesn't matter.
What?
I just want to see.
Ah, yeah, okay.
When we arrived in August, the weather was still fine, the trees were still green and the lake still warm. But the weather turns cold pretty quickly, and by early October you'll be feeling your first Finnish chills.
On exploration.
It can be a bit tough at first due to the shortening days, lack of sunshine and bare trees, but very soon, in November, your eyes will sparkle at the sight of the first snow of the season. First snowman, the first northern lights, the first slides, and of course, the first falls. but the cold and the darkness will come back to beat you in the... Sorry, but that's the only word for it. But don't panic, don't despair. I've got just what you need to combat this. There's nothing easier than seeing friends, doing sport, cooking, and eating chocolates. Lots of it. But above all, don't forget the typical Finnish remedy for the cold, saunas. What a delight. It's actually quite funny because in the saunas, the Finns don't look Finnish to you anymore. In fact, Finns are introverts, which means they are very quiet, very still, and don't like to talk to fill in the blanks. But when it comes to sauna, things are different. Once you step into the sauna, you will hear them talking, laughing, and getting naked, both mentally and physically. Being naked allows them to be more open and honest. That's why business meetings are sometimes held in saunas. When you're naked, there is less risk of lying or betrayal.
As real as possible. Well.
Now let's talk about the university. I fell in love with the Finnish education system. They place enormous importance on the well-being of their students. Firstly, they offered me accommodation well in advance. I didn't have to do any house hunting, I just had to sign some papers they sent me. The accommodation is in a student building, where the other Erasmus students are, on the edge of a lake. The location is perfect. It's 10-minute walk from the university, maybe more in winter. 5 minutes from supermarkets, and above all, very close to nature, which you can enjoy in both summer and winter. Then the first week back at school is an orientation week, to find your bearings, get to know the place and how the university works. During this week, you can also take care of all the administrative formalities you will have to do as an international student. We'll guide you from A to Z, so you don't have to worry about a thing. Now let's talk about my favorite subject, the teachers at HAMK. The benevolence of the teachers here is impressive, making you feel safe and considered. But what better way to talk about it than from a teacher?
Hi, I'm Melanie Kirwa. I am a senior lecturer at Hame University of Applied Sciences in the International Business Program. I think that I have a good relationship with the students most of the time. It's important to keep that good relationship, I think, between the students and the teachers so that they feel that they can approach us and they're not worried, and they're not worried to make mistakes either. We have a motto here in IB, which is home for our students. There's a lot of students coming from all around the world. A lot of them have just traveled here for the first time and are in a new country, a new culture, far from home. So we try to make it like a home for them so they feel like they're part of a family almost. My hopes for students and my goal for my students anyway is that they learn practical skills that can take them into the work life. Also, those soft skills that they need. For me, I'm not so worried if they have the perfect vocabulary when they're expressing themselves, but it's the way that they express themselves, that they have good presentation skills and they're not nervous to be in front of a group. They can teamwork, they can network. My expectations in the classroom is that they're actually present and invested in the class, invested in learning and doing the best that they can. Outside of class, I think it's really important to have a good balance in life. So you work hard and you play hard. You need to have those experiences. You're only young once. And these are the memories that students are making, I think, that will, when they're my age, they will look back fondly and think, hey, what brought me to Finland was my job, but what's kept me here and in university life is definitely the students.
They don't want to overload us or put pressure on us. So when it comes to work, we only have one project at a time, linking all the subjects together. These projects are worked on in class, leaving us time to work independently in groups, so that at the end of the day, we don't have to work over and over again. The whole system makes lesson and work more enjoyable and motivates us to work harder.
Hello, my name is Jan and I'm a student here at HAMK.
Moro, mä oon Arttu Valkeakoskelta, 21V. Opiskelen täällä HAMKissa.
Coming from Germany, we have a very different type of learning. in our universities and also our high schools. So it's more pressure focused and more performance focused. That means it's quite common to have university from 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening sometimes. And you basically have nothing from your home. You're just paying rent to sleep. And you have no time with your friends and a lot of work to do, a lot of exams to write. And here it's the exact opposite. Studying at HAMK is quite laid back. They take a lot of care about your personal needs and how you feel, and you can also develop your skills.
Joten he tukevat meidän opiskeluamme ja menestystä.
Taking away this sort of pressure, that is something that I prefer the most about studying here at HAMK.
Ei ole kauhean paljon painetta suorittamisen suhteen, joten ei laita hirveästi painetta kenenkään niskoille, jotta
but also the time schedules during the week are very comfortable for your daily life, so you're not only focusing entirely on your studies, you also have free time to focus on what you want to do for yourself.
Esimerkiksi salilla, lentopalloa tai sitten vaan nauttimaan yksinolosta, kuten useat suomalaiset tykkäävät tehdä.
As far as student life is concerned, even though it's a small town and there aren't many of us, it's active.
It's quite easy to make friends here because of the free time that we have, the tutors, the sports tutors, and also sometimes organizations like HAVO, they organize a lot of events where you can get together. For example, we have volleyball twice a week, movie nights, and HAVO organizes parties a few times, and you can just come there and hang around and you will get friends very easily. It's also one of the priorities when you're a new student that the tutors organize some picnic where everyone can get together, have some ice-breaking activities, and usually it's rather strange if you don't have any friends. That's how easy it is.
I'm making you a dream, but obviously there are some aspects that will be less positive. Some obstacles you will have to face, like missing your friends or being scared of talking in English.
And I'm like, but it's such not shared with And I'm like, I love sharing it everything with my brother.
I don't know. I share with the people
But let me tell you, if you're afraid of talking in English, relax, because no one here will judge you. You are here to learn, and your level of English doesn't define your intelligence.
J'ai fait plusieurs années. J'ai fait plusieurs années des cours de français.
We don't care what people think, and if someone judges you or makes fun of you, it's not your problem, it's theirs. And I think there are many different forms of language, and you can communicate in many different ways. To conclude this vlog about my school experience in Finland, I'd like to emphasize the importance of happiness of discovering and learning from other cultures. It's important for the future to understand what you want, to know where you belong. It's a great way of learning about ourselves and increasing our confidence in our abilities. What's more, you'll make friends with people from all over the world, which means recurrent trips are on the cards. What I liked best about my Erasmus trip to Finland was the serenity and low pressure I experienced. The time I had to advance personal projects and to pursue my hobbies and passions, or just to do nothing and enjoy. If you go to Finland, I advise you to take advantage of the free times and serenity to change your lifestyle and enjoy the things you love. I'd also advise you to take an interest in Finnish culture and travel around the country. Thank you for listening, and if you go to Finland, I wish you a good trip.
Even though I tell